I didn't catch it from the first time you said it. 2 seconds ago.
Okay.
Okay,
We'll try
hi,
this again.
I'm Lucretia.
And I'm
Hey
Richard.
guys, this is Lucretia from Burning Up the Roads and Prepping. And I have a friend here with me in the kitchen. Do you want to say hello?
Hello.
And that would be Richard from Burning Up the Roads and Prepping, if you don't already know. So today what we're going to be doing is, you're not going to see my face, which is not a big deal for you, I'm sure. So we have a pretty good size pork loin here, center cut, and we like to get these because we can do exactly what we want with it. We don't have to pick through and find it. We can just do it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over on its tummy. And I have, what I have is I have it placed on a 2 small cutting board, just to let you know. And underneath of that is a towel so that it does not move around a lot. So I'm going to cut off some of this fat. Yes, fat is good, but excess fat, not so much. And so I've got a bag right there, the bag it came in. I'm going to go through and just get rid of some of this. And Richard will be helping because he's going to help me put them in the bags. And that, what we have is we have several half or gallon size, and then, come on knife, and then a few quart for like 2 pork chops, loin chops, boneless loin chops. All right, we're getting to the end. I don't mind some fat on the meat. Helps add flavor, but an overabundance is not necessary. Yeah, one of us needs to keep their hands clean. Cut away from myself. I learned a lesson when I was using when I was a little girl, and I was out in my dad's workshop, and I had a chisel, a small chisel in my hand, and I was using it the wrong way, and my dad said, "You're going to cut yourself," and I'm like, "Oh no, I'm not." Well, the scar is still there. I have several different plans for this. I'm going to be eventually canning some. All right, and then freezing some. There's more on the side than I thought. I may end up needing your help, and you'll just have to rewash your hands, honey. Okay, I think that's enough of that. Maybe a little down here. Yeah. So, let me just cut off this last little piece of fat right for now. All right, so this is a pretty good size roast or loin. I am going to have to, there we go. So the first one I'm going to cut off is about a 2 pounds. Okay. Not too much fat on it. Now, if you want to open up a big one, right there, we can get it in there. Thank you. Try to keep it on camera. It just works better with 2 people. I have done this by myself, and I'm sure Richard has at times to get all the air out you can. Oh, you know that already. All right. Good job. And now the next one is going to be about the same size. And this I would use if I was having someone over for company. Just put it off to the side. That's all you need to do. So this is going to be, let me move this big one out of the way for a second. Can you grab a plate? Even though I'm going to rewash the counter after we're done. That white one is fine. You don't have to dig, honey. I don't want you to, yeah. That's good. All right. So this one is going to be a rolled roast. So I take it up here. So what I'm going to be doing is using this to do like some kind of stuffing in it. Be vegetable. So I'm cutting down. We do this ahead of time. That way it's ready. This part is ready to go. I'm going to open it up like a book. All right. So here you see cutting way back, and I can feel on the other side, because my hand is there, where I need to stop. And then I'm going to go down and do the same thing over here. Whoops, that was a little close. A little close. This is not perfect, okay? I'm not a meat cutter. But you get the gist of it. So what will happen is I will pound this out whenever I decide to do this, and make this side, make it a little bit thinner, and then put my stuffing, whether it's a bread stuffing or a vegetable stuffing, and then just roll it up like this, and then tie it off, and that will be that. Put it in the oven and let her roast. I love to do it with a lot of vegetables. That's really my favorite. Okay. All right. Now, let me turn it back around here. I'm going to cut some chops. I'm going to cut some kind of thicker chops. The reason is I'm going to butterfly them. So there's one thick chop. And there's two thick chops.
Let's use this one.
Okay. And then I'm going to take this. I'm going to leave that little bit of fat on the back side. And I'm going to cut on the bias in, just slow, don't need to rush it. And again, it will open up like a book. And again, we can put stuffing in it of any sort. So these all will go in the freezer. Okay, I want to grab a small one. And I'm going to do this second one. Okay, here we go again. Cut that pocket, get that pocket nice and deep. Probably better to set it on here. And now I'm going to cut a couple thinner, maybe 4, just kind of medium-sized pork chops. We'll go ahead and use the big knife. Woo, right through it like butter. This is a good sized pork chop. We'll cut 4 of these. And we'll put, there you go, grab 2 of those. And then we will label these. Okay. These could also be used as country ribs, if you know what those are. So I'm going to be using this end I'm going to do the rest in chunks for something like stew, pork stew, or Cuban stew, or just stew. I love pork stew, personally. It's a lot of flavor. So I just put it like that and just right through it. Well, we'll find a pin. Yeah, pork stew. stew, pork soup, something like that. Could be a stir fry. I'm going to put those over here on the plate and get ready to package them up. And then we've got this small one left. Well, I don't know. I think I will leave these for some country ribs. That's what I'm going to do. This is pretty small. So, that would be nice for some country ribs. Put some barbecue sauce on them. Or here's an even better recipe. So if you take a cup of ketchup, a cup of brown sugar, a little apple cider vinegar, and so we got ketchup, brown sugar, water. If you wanted to put a little soy sauce in there, something like it, amino acids. This makes a wonderful little dish, and quick too. So these are just strips, and serve this over rice. You can even put the rice, bell peppers, onions, rice, right in the cooking process. And then that's that. So that was about, how many pounds, Richard, was that, do you think?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay. It was pretty good size.
4 pork chops.
We got 4 pork chops, 2 butterfly chops. 4 pork chops would be for like when my nephew and his wife come over and they're here for a while and we're like, what do we make? No, that would be a roast, a pork loin, because they usually bring grandkids with them. So,
And these are regular roast.
so we got a butterfly roast, a regular roast, two butterfly
Chops.
pork chops, 4 regular pork chops, about a pound of stew or soup meat or stir fry, whatever we want. And then this here, this I'm just going to call, I'll have to figure that out.
Quesadilla.
Put that on there. We'll know what it means. That'll go into one of these small ones. So that was good. That was a good thing to do today for our pantry, so to speak. This will go into our freezer, and that is part of our Four Corners pantry. So in the Four Corners pantry philosophy, we have our regular working pantry, which some of it's in the house, a little bit of it's outside. Our refrigerator, so we've got refrigerator, working pantry, our freezer, and the long-term, I can't grab it, long-term, no, that little one. Long-term storage, which we don't have a lot of long-term storage at this point, but that will build up as time goes by. So I hope that you learned something here, or you think that this might be helpful to somebody else. And if you did, would you mind giving us a thumbs up and liking and sharing? We would appreciate it. Our interest is in finding things that are helpful to the community. So you guys have a great day and stay safe, stay healthy, and we love you very much.
Bye.